In the video this morning, we're going to do a little review of the natural log stuff that you already learned, as well as some of the common log stuff from the other day in preparation for today. If you don't have your calculator, please pause the video and go get that now. So the first thing we're going to review is a little bit of the natural log stuff. First example says solve that natural log equation. So remember, when you see the word log more than once on one side, you need to use log properties to combine. So the first thing we're going to do is the power property and bring that 2 in front back as an exponent. So that'll turn into log or natural log of 9. And then we'll do the product property because of the plus in between. So when I join the 9 with the x minus 1, I'm going to get the natural log of 9 minus x is equal to 2. This is what we considered our type 1 equation, where now we're going to convert to exponential form. We know that natural log is the same thing as log base e, so the base is understood to be e. And when we convert to exponential power, we will have e to the second is equal to 9x minus 9. So base to my exponent is equal to my argument. And now we need to solve for x. So to isolate the x, I'm going to add 9. And then to get x by itself, I'll divide by 9. And on last homework, as well as right now, we're going to leave our answer that way. We'll touch the calculator and get the actual rounded answer, the approximate answer, in a few minutes. Example 2, again on the left-hand side, I have the natural log more than once. I need to combine. No power rule because there's no coefficients in front. But now I will use the quotient rule because of the subtraction. So natural log of x squared minus 1 over 8 is equal to the natural log of 3. This is what I called a type 2 equation because it's natural log equals natural log, so we can just set the arguments equal to each other. Little isolating of x or cross multiplying, I'm going to multiply by 8. I'll add 1, and then we'll square root both sides. Don't forget, when you square root both sides, you need to include both the plus and the minus, and then you need to check your answer. And in this example, when you plug into x squared, since you're going to square it before subtracting 1, both of them will result in a positive answer, so both the positive and negative 5 will work. So that's our natural log review. Now let's review a few things from some previous notes in terms of our common log. We're trying to solve for x when x is in the exponent position. The first thing we should always try is to see if we can get like bases before we do more work than we need to. And in this case, both 9 and 27 can break down to base 3. 9 is 3 squared, still raised to the x power. Therefore, the left-hand side, I can get 3 to the 2x. And 27 is 3 cubed. Since I can get like bases, we can set the exponents equal to each other. And then we're going to get x is equal to 3 over 2 when I isolate the x. But last notes, we learned what happens if we can't get like bases. So there's no way I can get 2.71 and 8 to have the same base. So what we did is we took the log of both sides, happened to be the common log. So log of 2.71 to the x power is equal to log of 8, which enabled me to use log properties backwards and bring that x out in front. So x times log of 2.71 is equal to log of 8. And then lastly, to get x by itself, we would divide. So we'd get log of 8 divided by log of 2.71. Remember, we can't write that as a single log and divide those two numbers because that is when it is a subtraction that we're allowed to do that. So at this point, you would actually go to the calculator, you'd hit log of 8 and either hit equals and then divide by 2.71, or you'll have to do log of 8 and end the parenthesis and then divide by log of 2.71. And we will always round to 2 decimals, the nearest hundredth, so this one should come out to be 2.09. And then the other thing we learned on last class notes is how to use the change of base formula. So we have something we want to evaluate, 6 plus 3 log 2 of 7. So we can change log 2 of 7 to be log of 7 over log of 2. Or if we want, we can use some log properties first and bring that 3 back. So this will change to 6 plus log base 2, of 7 to the third, or 343. And then I will use the change of base formula that says it's log of the argument over log of the base. And I gotta erase that base there since we were using common log. So log of 343 divided by log of 2. You would do that in the calculator, add 6 to get your answer, and it should be 14.42. Okay, please feel free to pause the video if you need to catch up on any part of that or need to verify where that comes out in the calculator. Okay, so for the new part today, we're going to start practicing evaluating the natural exponential function and the natural log function in the calculator. So you want to take a look at your calculator, and next to your log button, you should see a natural log button. It should say ln. And above that button, that ln button, you should see an e to the x button. So the ln button we can use as is. If we want to use the e to the x button, we'll have to either use our yellow second button or our shift button, which is usually in the upper left-hand corner. So if you go to your calculator, part A, evaluate natural log of 120, you just want to type in natural log of 120. So some calculators you have to hit the ln button first and then 120 and hit equals. Some calculators you have to do it backwards and type in 120 first and then hit the natural log. So if we round to 2 decimals, you should get 4.79. So try it on your calculator and see if you need to press the log button first or if you need to type in the number before you press the log button. Then as we go to B, it does say rewrite as a single logarithm first and then evaluate. You technically could type it in 6 natural log of 2 minus 2 natural log of 3 all in one shot. But since it does say rewrite as a single logarithm, the first thing I'm going to do is bring those powers back to make that natural log of 2 to the 6th power, which would be 64, minus natural log of 3 squared, which would be 9. And then we're going to get the natural log of 64 divided by 9. And now when I type that into the calculator to 2 decimals, I will get 1.96. And actually there was no x there, so just 1.96. Moving down to C, now we're going to do our E button. So you're going to try to do e to the 5th power. So same thing, you might have to do 5 and then second the natural log button and hit equals, or you might have to hit shift and the natural log button to get the e in your calculator and then type the 5 and hit equals. To 2 decimals, that should come out to be 148.41. So try your individual calculator and see which way you have to type it to get that to work. And then back to some previous examples of equations. Now that we know how to type this into our calculator or are practicing that, you'll actually go to the decimal answer. So this is our type 1 equation where our base is understood to be e. So we'll say e to the 7th equals x minus 3. Base to my argument is equal to my, base to my exponent is equal to my argument. And then to isolate the x, I will add 3. So to the calculator, you'll need to do e raised to the 7th power, get that answer, and then add 3. Either hit equals after you do e to the 7th and then add 3, or end the parenthesis after the 7 before you add 3. Try that one in your calculator, and you should get 1099.63. This time I can say is equal to x. For any calculator issues, we'll use this afternoon, so please make sure you're trying it, and if you can't figure it out, come to class this afternoon, and I will do the best I can to help you remotely. Now we're going to look at similar problems to the notes on Tuesday afternoon. E to the x equals 8. X is in the exponent position, so like I reminded you up above, I need to figure out how to get like bases so that I can set the exponents equal to each other. But e is approximately 2.71, and I can't get 2.71 and 8 to be the same base. So similar to Tuesday, we're going to take the log of both sides. So log of e to the x is equal to log of 8, which enables me to bring that x out in front using log properties backwards. And then to get x by itself, I'm going to divide. So log of 8 divided by log of e. So you can go ahead and try and type that in the calculator. You will get an answer, but it is a little bit more difficult because whenever you type the E button, it does automatically put a parenthesis in your calculator. And so when you do this one, you can't just type in log of 8 divided by log of e because you'll get an error. You'll have to do log of 8 divided by log of e to the first power in order to get this to come out. So log of 8 divided by log of e raised to the first power should come out to be about 2.08. Now, there is a more condensed way to do this, and that's what I'm going to show you. And it's going to deal with using the natural log so that it makes it easier for us to do these in the calculator. When you take the log of both sides, just like you can add 2 on both sides or divide by 5 on both sides, we could take the log of both sides, which happens to be the common log of both sides. So what we're going to do instead is rather than take the common log of both sides, when our base is e, we're actually going to take the natural log of both sides. So you can see that's what it says here. When x is in the exponent position, try to get like bases first. If you can't get like bases, take the log of each side. However, if the base is e, we're actually going to take the natural log of both sides. And that's because of this, the ln of e. And the ln of e is actually just equal to 1. Where is that coming from? Well, remember the ln of e is log base e of e, and I want to know what that is equal to. Okay, that's my unknown, my x, what I'm searching for. And we have an inverse property that says when our base has an argument of the same base raised to some power, our answer is just that power. So how is that going to help me? Here is e to the x equals 8 again. And so what I'm going to do, because I can't get e and 8 to be the same base, is I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. So the natural log of e to the x equals the natural log of 8, which enables me to bring that x out in front. And based on what I just said up above, that the natural log of e is 1, that is just going to become x times 1. And of course, anything times 1 is just itself, so we're going to get x is equal to the natural log of 8. So every time you take the natural log of both sides and you pull that exponent out in front, the ln of e is just basically going to go away. And then you can go to the calculator and type in ln of 8, which is much easier than doing log of 8 divided by log of e to the first. So let's see how that works in our final 2 examples, and then you'll have a few to try on your own. Number 7, it is not isolated yet. So the first thing I need to do is divide by 5. So e to the 3x is equal to 18 over 5. If you want to change that to decimal, to 3.6 first, I will allow you to do that only because it's exact. If you have to round, then you should not be touching the calculator. Now I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. And again, the purpose of taking the natural log of both sides is so that I can bring that exponent out in front. So I'm going to get 3x times the natural log of e is equal to the natural log of 18 over 5, and then the natural log of e is just 1. To get x by itself, we'll divide both sides by 3. So what I'm about to write, the natural log of 18/5, and then that answer divided by 3, or divided by 3 behind it, is what is called calculator ready form. So I would want to see what the calculator ready form is before you actually touch the calculator. And if you have a natural log of 3.6 divided by 3, that's fine. So get in the habit of writing the calculator ready form. When you actually try that in the calculator, and again, pause the video and give it a shot, you should get 0.43. And then the final one, before you try a few on your own, I need to isolate first. So I'm going to add 4. And then I'm going to divide by -2 to get base e by itself. Again, you could write 3 over 2, or since this is an exact decimal, 1.5 is fine. Now I'm going to take the natural log of both sides, which sometimes I just squeeze in front like that. Out comes the exponent in front, x plus 1 times natural log of e. And then again, the natural log of e is just 1, and it goes away. So all we need to do now to isolate the x is subtract 1. So the natural log of 3/2 minus 1. And once again, try that in the calculator. And if you do that correctly, you should get -0.5 9. Again, bring any questions you have this afternoon. Finally, there are 3 examples on the bottom. I'm going to put a pause in the video so that it forces you to take some time to check it, try them, see how you do, and then you'll see the answers appear in a few minutes. Good luck on that. Okay, and here are your answers. So see how you did. The only one I'll call your attention to is this last one here, since it wasn't in the examples above. Don't forget radicals you can change to fractional exponents. Okay, hope you did well on that. I'll see you this afternoon. Have a good rest of your morning.